Homestead. We are at Homestead. Who's everybody got today? Who does everybody have? I think, let me get this going. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Practice data doesn't translate as much due to the early morning practice time, or is that negated due to the abrasive track service? Drake, good question. Nigel, good to see you. Magic Martin Day. I am very excited. I love this track. Absolutely love it. Let's see here. Let's get this. And then we'll get into it. All right. Yeah, I'm excited. This is a bad day for me to be sober. Let's just say that. Bad day for me to be not drinking. All right, let's get to the poll here. I have a NA blonde golden from Athletic Brewing Co. I don't know. Yeah, I got a lot of bets today too. I'm drinking this draft so I can slam it. Hill ran the bottom yesterday. Do you see that? I don't see that today. Don't see that. Every day is a bad day to not be drinking, but I got to do it. Too many outright bets today. All right, well, let's get into it. Ton of matchups. All right. Hire an Uber and a retainer. Yeah, on retainer so I can drink. Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, happy race day. My favorite race of the year. It's not even close. This is the best track. We saw why it was yesterday. Great racing in both series. I'm not going to lead with a couch bet. Cheers. Happy race day. Taking a pull. I'm not going to lead with the couch bet. That's not going to happen. All right. Thanks. Thank you, everybody. All right, let's get into it. I have my data. I have kind of all over the place. So it might take me a second to find each individual driver. I don't have it just kind of running from the top. So Tyler Reddick. Okay, a couple things let's get over before practice or that we need to get out of the way. A was slightly faster than B. That makes sense. Cooler track, clean track. I think that's definitely caused the A group to be faster than B group. Can we all just agree with that? We saw that with lap times, short and long run. Now, that being said, Tyler Reddick looked good, but not great. Good, but not great. Got some text this morning asking what I think of Reddick. I can't back him at 4-1. I can't. I do have Reddick. I have him earlier in the week at 7-1. I can't get behind him at 4-1. I don't think he has a 4-1 car. That being said, can Reddick go out there with his first pit stall and win? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. So at the same time that I do not think that 4-1 is a good number on him, I still think he can win the race. I think first stall does help a little bit here. Yeah, long run. Yeah, he wasn't quite as good long run. I kind of expected him to be as good or better as some of these other guys. So, yeah, there's not a lot of value, like Brian's saying right now, on Reddick after practice and qualifying. If you wanted Reddick, you needed to jump on that earlier in the week. Kyle Larson. This is his best qualifying here, if I'm not mistaken, in a while. I don't think he's ever pulled it here. Can Kyle Larson win at Homestead? Yes, he can. We do not need to get into why or his history here. He absolutely can. Now, we're seeing this price come up a little bit. We see DraftKings has 4-1. That's not a bad price on old Larson. If you just decided you want to take Larson at 4-1, that's the best number, and he qualified well. So what does that tell us? That tells us the books have some liabilities on some other drivers. That's what I think that says. Or they didn't see the same speed out of Larson that they thought they would see, which is kind of where I'm at. So I will say this. This is not the same speed we saw 2 years ago when he went out and won by 8 seconds or whatever, or spun Truex. And we saw something completely different in practice. We saw a different zip code. We did not see that this week. Okay. We did not see that. I do like Larson. I can't add him at this point. Briscoe is running him down in practice. Yes, we'll get to that in a second. Okay. Chris Bell. Well, I don't know. Here's what I know about Chris Bell. I know he's good on 1.5-mile tracks. I don't think he's necessarily great here, but I think he's going to be strong, and he qualifies well. That's why I played him at 8-1 earlier in the week. I do not think Chris Bell, based on practice, has anything race winning. However, we saw him blow a tire. When was there an issue with this tire? Is it an issue with his setup? I don't know. With that being said, I am not playing anything on nor against Bell. We have seen in Vegas multiple matchups against him take action. If anyone is getting bet against or faded at this point, it is Christopher Bell. And that's because he didn't look that good in practice. However, he never looks that good in practice. I agree with Big Ross. If it wasn't Bell, I would attempt to fade. Yep. If it wasn't Bell, I would attempt to fade. I don't care how he looks in practice. He tends to race well. This was a guy that was nearly going a lap down here last year and still somehow won the race. I know that there were cautions and restarts, but you still got the win. Yeah, the way he's been running, I don't know that you can fade him. You have Reddick over Bell from pre-practice. Brian, remember that your Reddit comments no longer matter. You have a clear bias towards Tyler Reddick. We already know you have Reddick against anybody. We just assume. So no need to even say that. All right. Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin looked great again. He looked great last week, and he was trash. Do we see trash out of Denny Hamlin, or do we see greatness? I don't know. I think Denny Hamlin's going to run solidly all day. Does he have race-winning speed? He's top 5. I don't know. I have nothing on Denny. I have one matchup against Denny that I took earlier in the week, Byron over him, and that number is just moved against me massively. So I got nothing other than just a bad Byron number against him. I don't know that I would play that now. That's a lot of work to get back. You have so much on Marty. Ooh, okay. Ricky Stenhouse. Wow. Ricky, welcome to the NASCAR Cup Series. It's nice to see you. It's been a while. Since we've seen you. I don't trust Ricky. Does anybody trust Ricky? He was blah in practice, but for him, good. Let's just say relative to what he normally looks like, he looks really good. He's still maybe not a top 10 car, maybe a top 10 car. I don't believe him. I'll get to Briscoe in a minute, everybody. I'll get to Briscoe. You take Yeah, Busch over Ricky's not bad. I take Ricky Bobby over Stenhouse. I trust him to move backwards too. Martin Truex Jr. I don't really care how he looks in practice. I think he's going to run top 10 all day. Does anybody disagree with that? Is anybody wondering where Truex is going to play out? I don't know that he's going to go out there and win the race. He could. I don't know that 10-1 is a good number. If you got some pre-practice and qualifying at that 20 or 18-1 price, great job. I would keep that. I think he's going to be fine. I think Truex is just going to run in the top 10. He's just going to be a top 10 car. That's what I think. Chase Elliott. Chase. Not that great. I thought he was okay. If I see someone fading of the Hendrick crew, it's probably the 9. I will say the reason I'm saying that is Bowman showed some speed last week on the high line there for a while. So I'm not high on Chase. Is Chase still in the playoff? Yeah. H says this race comes down to does Larson make a mistake or lose the race on pit road? If not, he wins, no sweat. Well, that's weird. I disagree with you again. I do think that Larson's going to be good, but I don't think it comes down to him. I think that there are guys that if they get out front, Larson can't pass them. But I'm only going based off lap times in practice. So, Bubba Wallace. I'm not high on Chase. So I still have some Truex over Chase at that minus 110 that I got earlier in the week. I gave that out as the best bet. Let's see. Bubba. It's good qualifying out of Bubba. I don't know. I don't know where Bubba's head's at. I don't know where his head at. I don't know where his head's at. H, did you watch practice? He got passed by the 14 and asked what tires he was on. So Larson gets on the radio and says to Cliff Daniels, how many lap fresher tires does the 14 have? He just passed me. And Cliff Daniels said to him, he's on the same. And Kyle Larson said, oh. So when you say long run, it's not close with Kyle Larson over Chase Briscoe. Chase Briscoe was faster than Larson, and Larson knows it. So irrelevant comments you're making. Now, Bubba. I'm not sure about Bubba. I'm not sure. Does anybody have an opinion on Bubba? I just don't. Ever since he dipped out of the playoffs, I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. Super chill. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I got nothing on Bubba. Daniel Hemrick, I mean, good qualifying out of him. He runs the high line typically well. I just don't see him hanging around all day. I just don't see him hanging around. Justin Haley, another great qualifying. Don't see Justin Haley hanging around the top 10. I don't see him hanging around the top 10. Alex Bowman, gosh, he wasn't he was okay. I thought Hendrick was really good. They were kind of just a step off of the Fords, which is crazy. I can't believe that. I think Bowman's okay. He does run the high line well. He ran it last week at Vegas pretty well. I think he'll be strong. But I have nothing on him nor against him. People asking about Logano. Do everyone know how this works? I run down the drivers in order. Alex Bowman, Josh Berry. You know, SHR showed speed. Josh was, let's see, where's Josh? Josh Berry. I don't know where he ran. If he ran the bottom all of practice, I think he'll be okay. But if he ran the top, he's not going to be good. He had a lot of fall off. So, and I don't know. I just feel like Josh has been just a non-factor for a while. Chase Briscoe. Chase is my couch bet. For multiple reasons. He was the fastest in Group B. He blew by Larson from seconds back. I know H doesn't believe it, but since I watched practice and then I heard the voices on the radio, pretty sure that Briscoe is going to be good. Now, could Briscoe screw it up? Yep. Could he hit the wall, do something stupid? Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's why he's priced the way he is. I still think he has a great car. He won at Darlington. I think he's going to be awesome. Now, I do have a lot of money on him. 80, 60, 50 to 1. I think he's going to be strong. I'm top 5 and top 10. Yes, race-winning car. A race-winning car. There was only one driver faster than him over the long run. Only one. And I think you'll be shocked at who it was. I think you have to have Briscoe at 30 to 1 on your card. I think you have to. It's just a matter of does he get it done? He's got the car. Clearly the speed's there. I think 32 to 1 is still good. All right. Ty Gibbs. Okay, does anybody know where Ty Gibbs ran his last few laps in practice because he was running some solid lap times in the middle of his run. And then did he go to the bottom, or could he not make speed on the top after a while? That's my question. If Ty Gibbs went to the bottom, what do you mean? H, you're incredible sometimes. I came on here and said at the beginning that Larson could lead every lap and win this race. Of course, Kyle Larson can win at Homestead. You're not like making a amazing comment. He's 3-1 in a cup race. Yes, Larson could win. We're not disagreeing. Let's see. If Gibbs ran the bottom towards the end, I think he's going to be strong because he was really good in the middle of his run. Really strong. I just don't know if he was. Like, did he all of a sudden just kind of fall off a cliff, or did he run a different line? I think he ran a different line. I don't think he's race winning, but he ran really competitive lap times in the middle of his run. Carson Hocevar. Old Carson. He seems fast. Does he find speed? He fell off a lot towards the end. I don't know. Big Ross, you threw out those times on Gibbs. I'm beginning to wonder if he just tried something else because he was fast. And I'm just wondering if we're missing something here on Gibbs being contender. Carson Hocevar. He's I don't know. He's kind of this enigma where I can never figure out whether he's going to be good or bad, or, does he play nice with others, or does he finish a lap down? Is he a top 10 car, or is he getting lapped in 30 laps? I just don't know. Noah Gragson. The fastest car in practice. Noah Gragson. The fastest car. Briscoe, Gregson, top 10 plus 450. Yeah, where is that? Is that still available? Because those are great prices. You should have people go bet those if those are available, wherever those are. Yeah, does Gregson win? I don't think so. Okay, so Bovada has top 10. Are they each top 10, or do they both have to finish in the top 10? I don't know. If they're each top 10, that's really good. Those are good prices. On Bovada. Gregson, I mean, I have him top 10. I have him to win. This is almost like a recreational bet. Like, I want it to be good. Okay, you can't play him at 18-1. Okay, that's not the play. Okay, the play on Noah Gragson is if you got him earlier. The problem with Gragson is he turned up on the top 10 or top 5 or the fastest car in all of the lap averages, and it should. So I don't know if I can get behind a Gragson at 18-1 or 20-1. That's just shockingly low. Kyle Busch. I have no idea about Kyle Busch. Does anybody have an idea about Kyle Busch? He had to pit. He didn't like his car early, pitted. I don't know. I got nothing on or against Kyle Busch. I think he's hard to put your finger on. I wish he would just look good in practice or look bad in practice. Yeah, Connor. His stuff. His stuff was, his numbers have been blown up. Yeah, really hard to get down on Gragson at this point. Yes, Gragson was Group A. Got to hit Briscoe in a rowdy matchup. I hate that one. I like him more over Buescher. So Briscoe in Group B, could theory be faster? Yeah, I would think so. Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski. I expected Brad to be better. He showed up on some lap averages. He was decent long run, but not as good as some of the other guys. And I don't know where I think he went to the bottom the last 6 or 7 laps because he wasn't that good. He wasn't that good. But I think Brad just runs well here. I think he's going to be strong. Does anybody think that Brad's not going to run well today? RCR money went to Xfinity this weekend. Man, that was impressive. I thought Brad was going to be better. I think he will be good. I don't think he's top 5, though. I don't think he's top 5. Yeah, Brad K ticket plus money. I think there's way worse bets out there than that. Yep, I agree. Brad at high tire wear is always good. And I just think RFK's, he was in the top 10 or top 5 a couple of years ago when RFK didn't have speed. So now RFK has had more speed. I don't expect him to rocket to the front. I just think over long runs, you get green flag stops. I think his experience, he just kind of works his way up. He picks up 4 or 5 spots in the first run, picks up a spot or 2 in green flag cycles, kind of finds himself close to the top 10. I think Brad will just be solid all day. Again, I have nothing on nor against him. I don't know. Zane Smith, there's so much love for Zane Smith. I guess I kind of get it. So, I don't know. I don't know on Zane. Is anybody... I would not... Briscoe plus 150 top 10 is not a hammer. I think Briscoe's going to finish in the top 10, but plus 150 is not the number I'm looking for. I think that number's gone. You have to deposit into Bovada and play it there. Zane Smith, Ryan Blaney. Well, what a terrible qualifying. But that gave us an opportunity for him to float a little bit. I think he's going to be really fast. I think Blaney's going to be awesome. And I think Blaney's going to be awesome next week. And I think 25-1 on him to win the championship is an awesome price. If you are taking Reddick or Blaney at all to win this race, you also have to add them for the championship at these current prices. I think you can get Reddick at 18-1 and Blaney at 25. If you think either one of those cars are capable of winning winning the race today, you have to take them to win the championship as well. They are the only guys that have a chance to beat Chris Bell if he gets to Phoenix. And even then, I don't know if there's a chance. But if you can't hedge your way out of a 18-1 and a 25-1, that's on you. That's not on me. I think that Ryan Blaney has a legit chance to win this race. We have saw speed at Kansas. If he ever got out front, and I think he wins the Kansas race with that speed, without some weird cautions. I think we didn't get to see him at Darlington, where I thought he was incredible in practice and everyone was talking about him. And last week, I thought he was good just behind the 8 ball. So I like Ryan Blaney. Chris Buescher. He's not the same as Brad K at this place. That's for sure. So I faded him with Briscoe minus 115. I don't know if that's a risky one because it's on Briscoe. Does Briscoe just run a clean race? I don't think Buescher can go by him if Briscoe runs a clean race. But we're talking Chase Briscoe here, okay? A non-playoff contention Chase Briscoe on a team that's dying, and next year he's going to a rocket ship. So Ross Chastain, he did not sound confident in his interview. Didn't look that good. I think he'll race better. He's going to have to chunk some track position somehow, maybe get something on restarts, but it's hard to race your way up from 22nd if you're not good on the long run. I know Ryan Blaney starting 20th. Well, Ryan Blaney was significantly faster than him on the long run, so that's why I like him. Daniel Suarez, old Danny boy. Lots of fall off. I don't know. Wow, Ryan, Ford plus 410 worth anything? So let's think about that. I think you just have to take Blaney, Gregson, and Briscoe. Brad. Brad's the only other guy that's adding, and I just think that you can figure out more value than plus 410 by betting all of those guys. I still think even plus 530 is no good. I mean, come on, someone smarter than me can come up with. I just don't think Brad could win. I guess if you factor in Brad, can you get better implied odds than that? Ryan, you went to Northwestern. You can figure the math out better than I can. Michael McDowell. Well, he was faster for a second, and then he faded. So I'm pretty sure I'm not a big McDowell guy. You have to be so strong in the long run to move up, and he just didn't have it. He showed some glimmer of speed kind of later in the run, but nothing exciting. Wow. I don't know, Nigel. If he's on X, he probably can't see your comments. William Byron. I mean, what the hell did he do in qualifying? That was pretty bad. I think he's going to be fast. In my opinion, top 5 car. Can he get there? Does he just play it conservative on pit road? I have no idea. This is a tough one for me because I like William Byron. I think he's going to be strong. I think live makes a ton of sense. If you can't get him live, I don't know if you have to. I don't know if you add him. You can't get him live. Yeah, I think you can wait for live. I think you'll see a higher price, especially if Larson gets to the lead. But even with Reddick, I mean, you're talking about the guys. The top 3 qualifiers are all 4-1. If any one of them gets to the lead and extends and looks to be the fastest, you're going to get other guys at amazing odds. So I think you can wait if you can get live. I would agree. Logano going to the rear, bad. It's like he didn't even show up. So, I think I don't know. It's one of those things where, okay, we all know that Logano it seems like he's checked out. He probably pulled, let's just say there's a caution with 58 to go. I don't know. Does he try to make it? I don't know that he even can. Yeah. I think he's going to be if you could bet him first retirement or first out of the race, I could see him just spinning and then just getting towed back and hopping in the hauler and going back to the sim and running Phoenix by the end of the night. Yeah, start and park basically. Kaz Grala, I don't know. I can't really bet on him. Eric Jones. Let's see. Eric was quite slow and then made a change and was still slow. John Hunter Nemechek. Where are you? John Hunter wasn't bad, but fell off a lot. I'm not quite sure that you can, some of these guys towards the bottom. I don't know. I don't have anything on nor against. Austin Dillon, I had him top 10. The 30th place qualifying does not bode well for that top 10 at all. I do think he'll race better. I don't think he's a 30th place car. I think just his talent alone will probably get him in the top 15. But top 10, I would probably not play that at 6-1. I would probably not play that at like I would have last year. He looked better in practice. He qualified better. I know historically he's great here, but historically RCR's been better as well. I think just raw speed's not there. Yeah, Zane said he had the best car. Yeah, for DFS, he could be good because I don't know. I'm not smart enough to do DFS. So I imagine he'll be pretty strong there starting 30th. Todd Gilliland would be another one I imagine will be really solid for DFS. He wasn't bad in practice. He was actually pretty solid. And I think just the Fords have speed in general. I mean, what am I missing here? AJ Allmendinger, this is a bad qualifying. Typically runs well here. I don't know though. Didn't show me enough in practice. Didn't show me much in practice. I don't know. If you think Allmendinger's just going to run play him top 10 or take him to matchup or something, I just can't back anything. Corey LaJoie, no. Harrison Burton, not very good. Ryan Preece. Oh, man. Let's see. Where is he? Again, decent long run. I just don't know. I don't see him kind of flying through the field again. He's good with fall off. Austin Cindric. I thought he'd qualify better. He's grown on me a little bit. Just with tire fall off, but he's just not close to some of the other guys when it comes to speed. And what happens when you're back there with the squirrels, man? You're 36. That's trouble. You're back there with JJ Yeley and Chad Fincham. So, all right, top 10. Oh boy, this can be hard. Reddick, Larson, Bell, Hamlin, Truex, Briscoe, Gregson, Blaney, Keselowski, Byron. I actually think that's the top 10. That's the most confident in top 10 I've ever been. Let's do it again. Reddick, Larson, Bell, Hamlin, Truex, Briscoe, Gregson, Brad K, Ryan Blaney, William Byron. There you go. I don't think Elliott's going to finish in the top 10. I think he's kind of a 12th place car. How many? So, let's see. What was I just asked? I was asked something I wanted to best outright on the board. Okay. Let me pull up gaming. Bet center. Yeah, a top 10 parlay would be sick. Oh, now my internet's not working. How is that possible? I feel like I'm live. Oh, let's try this. Okay. Best outright on the board. I'm at NASCAR.com on their bet section. Should I just say Kyle Larson at 4-1 is the best one and then just shut her down? I don't think that. I think the best outright on the board is Chase Briscoe at 35-1. Oh yeah, Briscoe is the couch bet. Briscoe's the couch bet. I still think that's the best outright on the board. I think he's a top 3 or 4 car, and you're going to give me 35-1 on him. That's the best bet on the board. If someone came to me and said Kyle Larson at 4-1 at Homestead, I'd say okay, as long as that's kind of your only bet. Okay, now my pick to win. You flipped on Briscoe halfway into the show? I don't think so. I've been high on Briscoe since yesterday. I think Ryan Blaney wins. That's my call. We haven't seen him up front. We've only seen him moving up. I think I'm just going to continue the jinx on Blaney. I gave it to I've jinxed William Byron. I jinxed him when I said he's the next Jimmy Johnson. He hasn't won yet. My pick is Ryan Blaney. So let's just say, I'll say this to clarify at the end. My biggest bets are on just the most money I've wagered are on Reddick and Bell and Blaney. So that's where I have the most skin in the game. My biggest winner is Briscoe. So that's where I'm at. And then I have a crumb on, yeah, I know, RIP 12. I know. Yeah, I like the 12 more than I like the 45, just because the 12 could win next week. I mean, he did this last year. This is back-to-back years he's looked really good at Homestead, and I think he'll look good next week as well. Yeah, I don't know what you're asking there, H. It doesn't show up on here. The 45 and the 20 pre. Yeah, I got the 45 and the 20 before practice, right when they opened at 7 and 8. That's a good point, Cygnus. He's going to have the 12 and the 2 as wingman out there. I don't know if that really matters, but it certainly helped for Logano last week. Caesars has a group with Blaney against other top guys like Bell, Reddick. Like Bell, Reddick, and Larson? 12, 9, and 11 could all win next week. Yes, I agree. I don't think the 45 can. And if Larson somehow, who called it out earlier? I think Joey Jordan or something called out that Larson is not in the clear, but I think he's going to score some stage points. But if Blaney goes out there and wins, Larson and Reddick are not strong. Yeah. Well, all right. Any other questions about anything? I just wish I would have seen like odds crashing. Like all of a sudden, Blaney's no longer 13-1 at FanDuel. What color couch? Oh, my wife has something picked out. I just like our couches. Larson, since Hendrick has managed to be top 5, yeah. Larson to pull a gator, yeah, he could. A race day best bet, we haven't. I know it gets so tough with Todd's schedule once football starts because he's on the air. Gibbs over Chastain. What's the price on that? Yeah, Todd thinks the race is tonight. Yeah. My wife knows what she wants. All right. Well, I think that's it. We might have a best bet. I'm not quite sure. I think Gibbs over Chastain minus 115 is a little bit of a gamble. But if Gibbs went to the bottom for the last few laps, that's going to win. You're going to be at a play during this race? Jeez. Get with it. That's terrible. All right. Go Ford. Go Blaney. Go Briscoe. Man, if they start moving up, I don't know. If Briscoe wins, I might have to drink tonight. I might have to bet. Yeah, this is my favorite race of the year. I like this one more than Darlington. All right, boys. Go 14. Go 12. Byron over Bell. Ooh. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Yeah, that's the thing, is they all could look good and Larson could win. Unfortunately. Oh, Brian likes the team total over in the Chiefs. Wow. Squareville over here. Even car to win, plus 150. I know. Huh. All right, boys and girls. Cheers.